I'm Marcos Chavez, age 35. Today's date is February 27th, 2014, and we're at the library.
My name is Mizz Eddie. I'm most popular known, and I'm 42 years old, and this is February 27th, 2014.
So, where are you from?
I was born and raised in San Francisco, California.
And what's your nationality or ethnic?
I'm Native American, Choctaw descent, one half Oklahoma, Mississippi Choctaw from Durant, Oklahoma. And I was born and raised in San Francisco. I was adopted when I was at a young age. So.
Oh, okay. And how did you find your way to Gallup from San Francisco?
It's kind of a long story. I actually lived in San Francisco for a while when I was young, actually up north in Santa Rosa. And I moved to San Francisco when I was 18, and then from there I moved from San Francisco all the way down to Los Angeles, where I resided for quite some time. And that's where I met my ex-wife, and we ended up coming out here to New Mexico.
Mm. Did you come to Gallup first or somewhere else first?
I actually came to Gallup first because I wanted to check out Gallup. And this is the time during the very early days of my marriage, and we got married in Theroux. Mm-hmm. My ex-wife got married in Theroux, and ended up being married for about like maybe 15, 16 years, till 2011, I think it was. And then I finally, we got divorced, and I just ended up out here in Gallup. I moved out here.
Okay. So, you were part of the LGBT community here in town, correct?
Yes, I am.
So, tell me about how that came about and when you realized this about yourself.
I actually found out, my parents found out when I was 16 years old, and I did something that I wasn't supposed to. I got in trouble with my parents because of some magazines that were found by my mom, and one thing led to another. I got a big whooping for it, and next thing you know, my parents accepted me after that, and I've been like this since I was 16 years old. And then when I got married, I was scared about people like finding out that I was the way I am, so I kept myself hidden in a closet for quite some time, and I didn't want people to find out that I was actually a bisexual person, you know. And when I finally came out here, I just let it all out. You know, I decided, you know, I've had enough of hiding in a closet, and I decided, you know, I'm gonna, you know, live my life the way that I should, you know, as a bisexual person. I'm known around the community as Mizz Eddie. I am a performer. I've been a performer when I was in Los Angeles. I haven't performed so much out here, although that I'd love to. Let's see here. I'm not really sure if this is an actual classification, but I identify myself as a bisexual feminine male. Mm-hmm. You know, which basically means that, oh God, you go both ways, but I'm feminine in my own ways in a male body.
I see.
So I'm pretty much comfortable with the way I am.
Oh, that's good. So, what was it like growing up before you were able to, I guess, come out for yourself and realize this about yourself?
It was really difficult for me. I got picked on a lot. I got bullied. I got called a faggot, cocksucker, all kinds of derogatory names, you know. And you know, like I said, I got picked on in high school and everything. There was this one photo of me that was taken not too long ago. I think it was about a year ago, and it was on Facebook, and it had me dressed up as a female. Mm-hmm. And this was the night that I was performing with Gallup Pride, and a friend of mine posted it on Facebook. She asked me, well, can I post this on Facebook? And I said, yeah, go ahead. And I didn't think there would be any problem with it, except my family, or my ex-family, rather, found it posted on my wall, the picture on my wall, and they immediately got upset, and there's some words that were exchanged in a negative sense and everything. Mm-hmm. I got some support for that, and I'm really thankful to everybody in the LGBT community here for helping me, step out and be brave and, be more content with myself. And now I'm a lot more happier. I'm a lot more freer, and that's basically it.
That's good. And did your wife know when you got married about you?
My ex, I kept it hidden from her really good. I don't know how I did it. It's still a mystery to me. I don't know how I did it. My kids, I don't know how I did that either. Because, well, actually, I think I got caught one time dancing in a bathroom, or actually dancing in a bathroom and dancing inside the kitchen when I was doing dishes and everything.
Oh.
So I think it kind of leaked out like that. Then my ex kept on asking me, "Are you gay? Are you gay?" And I kept, "Oh, no, I'm not no faggot," and everything. Trying to hide myself and everything. So my nephews caught on and everything, and they little whisperings and everything going on behind my back. Oh, he's gay, you have a gay uncle, and he's gonna be. But it was really difficult for me to grow up as a bisexual person. So I got scared and everything. So I hid myself in the closet for a while until I felt I was comfortable enough for me to come out.
Was it the LGBT community here in Gallup that helped you with this? Or?
Yeah. Well, they helped me. It was especially. I would have to say my first contact out here would be a transgender girl that actually I came out here for a couple of nights, and I was right in the middle of my divorce, and I happened to come out here, and there's some transgender girls that happened to be walking down the street, and I didn't realize that this place could be so open, to the LGBT community. I didn't even realize that there was an LGBT community out here until I found these two transgender girls walking down the sidewalk, and they just pulled me over, and I guess they were drinking whiskey or what was it, imported vodka or something like that, But they were really drunk, and how I found out was one of them pulled me over and kissed me and everything. I was like, oh my God, what's going on out here, And then I found out that they were trannies, and for most people about my age, they would call me a tranny chaser, because I am attracted to transgender women. It's just me. I'm attracted to transgender women. Not so much female, and not so much male, but like right there in between. I'm more attracted to them than anybody else.
And so, when did you get involved with Gallup Pride?
I got involved with Gallup Pride back in 2012, I think it was, and I did my first debut performance from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it was actually on Halloween night, and this was over at Sports Page, so I did my debut performance out there. Unfortunately, it kind of messed up a bit because when I had my cape, I didn't realize that. Well, I had a corset on, and I didn't realize that my pants were falling down. And
oh no!
I didn't realize that. I was just dancing around doing my deal and everything until after my performance, one of my friends came up to me and goes, "Did you realize your pants were down the whole time?" Oh my God, it was so embarrassing.
Oh boy.
But it's like performances, they have their ups and downs. And I'm pretty much used to it. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about Gallup Pride? Because I'm sure most people don't know anything about it.
Gallup Pride is basically made up of gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people. And we stand up for equality rights as well as our civil rights. Not too long ago, the New Mexico House has passed a bill stating that equality shouldn't be denied to LGBT people. And that was passed through the state of New Mexico, and by an unanimous decision, the judges, decreed that the inequality for LGBT rights, it wasn't constitutional. So I was really proud that they legalized same-sex marriage out here. Now we need to do the same for the Navajo Nation as well. because the Navajo Nation is still struggling, with that issue on same-sex marriage.
Yeah, especially when you have ties in with Arizona, who's right now going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And the Navajo Nation really extends into Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to see the community do for the LGBT community?
I'd like to see more support for more support for transgendered people that are coming out, or even transgender boys and girls that are that are growing up that don't know about Gallup Pride yet. I want them to experience, without fear. I want them to experience their own lives without fear, without having people walk up behind them and tease them and bully them and everything. That's one thing that I'd really like, is even for a resource center out here for transgender people out here. That way they can get the help that they need. And a while back ago, we did come out with a Rainbow Center, and because of missed funds, it wasn't able to operate as much as we would like to. So I would like to see if we can try and have another center out here for LGBT people. Just to come around, kick back, have fun, make friends, and stuff like that.
Just a place to know you're not alone.
Part of this community as well.
Yeah, that would be nice. Now, there are probably a lot of kids that are struggling right now trying to figure out their identities. About what age do you think you were when you started to feel like something wasn't quite right?
I'd have to say it was the age of 12. I was 12 years old when I felt, I'm in the right body. I'm in a male body, but, why do people, keep asking me why am I being more feminine than masculine? And I couldn't figure that out. My parents kept on asking me. My brothers kept on asking me. All throughout my life in high school, I was picked on, and people making fun of me. People, just ridiculing me. Out of random. Even the way I walk, or the way I talk, or how I present myself to people. Because the way I present I don't see anything wrong with me presenting myself the way I'm presenting myself right now, because it's just me. I don't see what the difference is. I'm just as human as anybody else. So I don't understand why people would do that. Even straight people that I know are, have feminine manners, but they're straight.
Right.
And it's really difficult to see my daughters question me about this. My daughters are uncomfortable with me being the way I am. But they can't change me at all. They need to learn to accept me for as I am.
Just like you would accept
I'm still
them.
their father. I'm still a grandfather. But since I've gotten divorced, a lot of things have changed in me. I've come out more freer. I've come out more happier. And I'm more comfortable with myself now than ever before.
Do you feel like holding it in and trying to hide was taking its toll on you emotionally?
Yeah, it was taking a toll on me emotionally, mentally, and physically. Physically, I wouldn't eat for a certain number of days. And what I was really trying to do is I was trying to get myself skinny. I was actually starving myself to death, and I was getting myself skinny. That way I could have more of a feminine body, But then I found out, that I have broad shoulders and, all this and this. No, that's not going to work, I'll just be as I am, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Good. That's really good. Now, you're also working on a film, you said, right?
Yes. The name of the film that I'm trying to work on is called Out of the Closet. And basically what that is, what I was going to do is I I was going to make this film into a documentary, about the LGBT people out here in Gallup and how tough it was for them growing up and coming out of the closet and everything in front of their families, their friends, and their peers and everything. And I did get a little bit of it. Unfortunately, some of the cast members had moved out of town, so I have to do this whole thing all over again, It was a perfect time during the winter when I started this, because of the snow, and I wanted to capture the snow during the winter and everything, And I was basically starting out the film like that, And unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse, and one thing led to another, so I didn't get my filming done, so I got to do it all over again.
Oh, my. So what are your hopes for this film? What do you want it to show? And then eventually, what would you like for it to do?
What I'd like to do is, for the audience to take a closer look at the lives of LGBT people and what we have to go through. Being bullied, being called all these sorts of names, putting up with that in our everyday life. Even, family members, saying, "Oh, take that off. That doesn't, you're not supposed to be in a dress," or, "Oh, take those heels off. Those don't fit you," or something. What are you doing with all that makeup on? Why can't you go out as a boy? You're a boy. You're born a boy. Why can't you just go out as a boy? These are some of the issues that transgenders face out here in Gallup, especially with their family members. Because I know some people out here that don't accept their kids as they are. I have a nephew of mine. He's transgender, and for a long time, what I was doing was I was doing the same thing. I was ridiculing him, and I was calling him a faggot. And the only reason why I was doing that was because I was hiding myself, and I didn't want other people to find out. Oh, if I stick up for him, that means I'm one of them too, And my nephew finally, he finally talked to me and everything, and told me, "Don't worry about it. Your family's gonna be okay." I mean, this is my nephew. He was like what, 15, 16 years old, and he's telling me this, telling an older person this. Don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. So I took it upon myself to just come out of the closet and just let people know that I am me. There's no way that you can change me.
How did you do that? Like, actually come out?
I just came full force. I just came out full force. I didn't care what people think. I didn't care what if they pointed at me or if they called me a faggot or whatever. I didn't care. The way I came out really extreme. I actually came out when I was doing the show for the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I let people, underneath this cape, I just let when I opened up my cape and I just revealed myself, that was it. I showed myself full and complete there. So it was like a performance, but in a way, I was saying, this is me. I'm a feminine male.
Did you have to verbally announce it to anybody as well, or?
My parents already knew.
Right.
And just I didn't really have to say anything. People already know. I mean, when you see me walking down the street, you automatically know, that I'm a bisexual feminine male. My mannerisms, the way I talk, the way I walk, or whatever, you'll already know. It doesn't bother me one bit, even if people out there look at me a little weird. Oh my God, how come that guy's acting so girly? It's just the way I am. It's just the way I am.
If I can get back to the topic of your film just for another moment, when you finish the film, how would you like to see it distributed? How would you like to see it shown, and especially in the community?
What I would like to do is I'd like to open it with the Sundance Film Festival, and then go from there. I think there would be a lot of people that would be interested in how how one person can make a difference in the LGBT community by just stepping out and saying, hey, I'm gay, or I'm lesbian, I'm bisexual, I'm transgender, I'm genderqueer, I'm this, and just fully express themselves without fear of retaliation. Um, this is something that I hope to get an inspiration on from many types of people, including maybe members of Congress or whatever, that there's all sorts of different people out there. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're straight, gay, bi, whatever, there's all sorts of us out there. We're everywhere. So I'd like to put a positive impact on people, and tell the LGBT community, don't be afraid, don't be afraid to come out. Just do the same thing that my nephew told me.
That sounds really nice. Is there any advice that you might have for somebody who might still be suffering with their identity and trying to figure things out?
What I would recommend is talk to your parents first. If you're a young child, talk to your parent first about coming out, and then seek a counselor, seek a licensed counselor, and go from there. That way the transition can be helped more easily. Just talk to your parent, talk to a transgender person, talk to another person that's going, even talk to your friends. There's all kinds of support. There's all kinds of people out here that are willing to support and help you stand up for your civil rights